watching Melody Lane. With me you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hey crafty friends, it's Hallie with Melody Lane Inspired. And if you see my video of the new products that came out from Cricut, this is one of them. These are Cricut's new printable magnet sheets. And these are super easy to use and work with. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to design your own fridge calendar magnet. Of course, I used my Lucy Lou, but you can change it out and change it to whatever you like. But then I'm gonna go ahead and show you just how easy it is to use. And all you need to make these is an inkjet printer and then any of the Cricut print and cut capable machines. Okay, so I'm gonna fully show you how I designed our Lucy Lou calendar of cuteness here, which of course you can train out that Bernedoodle for any image that you like and swap out like the print and cut background too and colors. First, I wanna go ahead and build our year here. So I went ahead, go in images. You're going to type in calendar 2026. And then once you find one you like for that year, now these ones here have like spaces open you can write in it, but this is a fridge calendar, so that's going to be way too little to write on. So what I did is I went and changed it to print and cut. Well, this one's a little different, but I actually like it. I like the thickness of the month on that one. I think these are the ones that match here. So if you do advanced search here, once you find one, which I believe these are the ones I did, I can go ahead and hit December. I can add that to the canvas, but it's also going to show me more like that. So then I can go ahead and add in the whole month. So we got January, October, November, September, March, July, August, April, May, June. And I think that might be all. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our canvas. If it's not, we can come grab more of them. All right, and then we'll just go ahead and shrink these. Okay. Now that we have all of our months gathered, we can go ahead and we're going to size them the same. So let's just do something easy here. We'll go 3.5. So we just want to make each one of these 3.5. Okay, now that we have them all resized, I'm going to go ahead. Let me change this background color so we can see what we're working with. There we go. So much easier to see when we do that. Okay, so now I just want to get these all lined up. And you can zoom in as much as you need to zoom in to see it. Get these all in line. And I build them in rows or columns. Just whichever way you prefer. I'm just going to select these four. I'm going to hit align and then align left. This one needs to move up a little. That one needs to move up a tiny bit. Now you can go ahead and adjust these. Okay, I'm going to drag my mouse over these four and align left. And then I'm going to go ahead and group those so those stay together. Now we can go ahead and build our next column. And we want these to touch too, so. Zoom in more so we can see there. And it looks like it's aligned top, but I just want to make sure, so I'm going to click this, hold shift, click this, and then I'm going to align my top. That way if it's off at all, I can go ahead and move it. Now we can go ahead and put the next row of months in. I just have a little gap here. So what I want to do is I'm going to click here, click, and then we're going to align the bottom of these. Which looks good. I'm just going to go ahead and group this because I need to move it over slightly. I'm going to go ahead and grab my mouse there and we're just going to group these. And then we got one more column to make. Click both of those, align top again. I'm gonna go ahead and get my bottom one set too, that way I can adjust the inner ones. Because they're white and they go right on top of each other, you can have it overlap and you really don't know how much. So I think just going ahead and going to the bottom and aligning it will help. And there. I'm going to go ahead and align right. Now we move that over. That looks good. So I'm just going to go ahead and group all of these together. Now we have our months done. So now I'm going to go, let's go grab our Bernedoodle. Or whatever dog you have. So any dog lover. You could make a kitty. You can put your kitty on there. If you're a chicken person, you can put your chickens up there. Maybe you got cows, goats. And there's so many stinking cute ones. Which again, if you can't find something, remember Access members, you can make it and create AI. Worked. Look at these cute little ones I have saved. And this is the one I used here. This one here is really cute too, but I didn't do this one because I can't contour her eyebrows out. And this one I can. I can give her little brown. Her little brown for her eyebrows. So as you can see, we can't contour this, but we can use that trick where you weld something to it. So I always like to take a little circle. And we don't want to change the image, so we just want it to where it can blend in. So right there, you won't notice it. Drag your mouse over both, combine and weld. And then as soon as we do that, you see that you can now click contour. So now that we can contour it, we're going to go ahead and duplicate it. I think I did 4 colors total. There we go. So first one I'm going to hit contour, and this is going to be the white. So I'm just going to hit hide all contours. Change it to white, and then I can send it to the back. There we go. Now we need just her tongue and her eyebrows. So we can hit contour, hide all contours. It's always going to leave one shown, so we can choose what we need, then deselect that. So I'm left with just her eyebrows. Then we can go make those brown. Put her little eyebrows in place. And then one more. We're going to contour here, hide all contours, and we want just her tongue. Then we'll unclick that. Give her little red tongue. It's more pink. Is it more pink? Let's go more pink. But a little darker. There we go. Now I'm going to drag my mouse over all that and hit group. Now we have that. I'm just going to go to shapes, grab a square, this I'm going to make the pink. Let's just send this to the back, then you can see how big you need to make it. Actually, before I put that there, I want to take these two and I want to center horizontally because I want to make sure Lucy Lou is in the middle there. So now that we have it centered, I'm going to go ahead and group both of these together. That way we can go ahead and center that on this piece here. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good, but I want it centered, so I'm going to drag my mouse on everything, align, and then just hit center. There we go. Because I don't know if you guys are good at eyeing it perfectly, so I'm so glad we can just hit a button to center those instead of, oh, do I go a little to the left, a little to the right, a little up, a little down? Perfect. And then I just did a little border around that, so I just hit offset. But I do want my corner squared, so I'm going to select that. And then just drag it about like that. And then I just made it white. Now we need to go ahead and grab the strawberry print. So I went to images. I typed strawberry pattern, then selected print then cut. I like to jump on advanced search. And there's so many cute ones, and I tried several different ones, but you really want little print, that way you can see a lot of it behind it. Super duper. I love this bows with the strawberries, but it just didn't work pattern wise. Like, let me show you here. This one's really cute, but you can see the difference in the print size. So you're not gonna get much. If you put that behind that, you're getting like half of a strawberry. So I went with the little print here. Okay, I'm just gonna drag it bigger and then go ahead and send it to the back. Ooh. And then we can go ahead and adjust it here. And if there's a certain size you like if it gets too little, it gets too busy, we can always slice off of this too. We could grab a shape, grab a square. Because I really like the pattern this size, but it's just a little wide. Over a little bit. I think there looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and select that and my shape here, and then we can go ahead and slice. Then we can pull off these pieces. Send that to the back. Now, if you have a pattern that's got a bigger pattern but you want to use it, you can shrink it down, and then just like I built these squares here, you do the same thing. So you would put one piece here, then you would align the top, and then so on and so on, and you can build your background using several of the smaller pattern pieces. But this pattern worked out perfectly because the print's so little, so I did not have to do that. But now again, I want to center it, so I'm going to drag my mouse, hit align and center. That was pretty darn centered. Impressive. And now we just have a couple more things to add. So we want to add the year. So I went to images. Make sure we uncheck our print and cut for 2026. And then I really like this one because it was stacked. I tried some of these over here, but I felt this one just fit the space better. And then you can make it whatever color you like, which I think I ended up doing mine red to stay with the whole like strawberry theme. Then I wanted to add a little text. And don't worry about the letters, that's because text wrap is on. So once I go ahead and drag this out, then it'll go ahead and put them, depending on how far I drag it. There we go. And then line spacing, which I almost always use. Gonna drag that line spacing down, but I don't know exactly how much because this isn't the font I'm gonna use. And whenever you change the font, it's gonna change kind of all of that. So let's go ahead and find our font. I like Love Quinn because it puts little hearts when it dots the eyes, but I actually don't have any. I don't have any. But you can see as I changed the font, it changed that line spacing so much. So it really just depends what font you have. So I can go ahead and spread that back out. And I'm going to go ahead and make that red too. And then I think that looks good there. Now, as you can see, everything but this back is set to basic cut, but we're going to go ahead and turn that into a print and cut easily. The last thing I did with my calendar is I wanted to put a reminder for her meds, which she takes on the 21st of the month. So I just went to images, looked for a heart, and I want one that is hollow in the middle. And then when I choose my heart, I just want to make sure it's one that's hollow. So I can go ahead and select this one. And then we can just go ahead and size this down. I want to go ahead and change the color to red too. And then once you get it sized and everything, just go ahead and duplicate it and then add it on that month. And then if you had different things you wanted to, you could mark on here too. I just did one thing, but you could say you could do like a circle for a certain date or maybe put a star around, and then you can go ahead and mark certain things on your yearly calendar. There we go. Now we have all the months done. Now the last thing we have to do is we want to turn it to print then cut. So we can just go ahead, drag our mouse over all of that, and now we're going to go ahead and hit flatten. Which once we flattened it, you can see it change a little bit there, and now this is all a print and cut. So now we are ready to go ahead and cut our magnet. And that is the two different ones. Now I just don't know if it should say 365 days of love and Lucy Lou kisses or Lucy Lou's year of cuteness. And I don't know, I like them both. But that is how I went ahead and made the fridge magnet. And I know businesses love to do these. That's where I usually would get mine from. You know, I'd go to like conventions and get them. But I don't do that anymore. So now I can make my own. But it's so stinking cute. And you can just customize it to your decor, your whatever you like. So that was how I created our fridge print and cut magnet. So just remember, whatever you create and you want it to be a magnet, it is going to have to be print and cut. And you can turn basic cut images to print and cut. You can just go ahead and flatten them. And then you can always change the operation up here too. But once you flatten it, it will automatically change whatever's basic cut to the print and cut. Okay, now let's go ahead and get that printed. To print, we're going to go ahead and hit make. Just make sure you have whatever machine here selected you're going to be using. I'm going to be using my Venture for this. I'll go ahead and hit make. And there it is showing our print and cut. You can see it is within the borders there, so it is going to be one full sheet. If you do not want to waste this wasted space on the magnet sheet, you can go ahead and cut extra magnets of whatever you like. I did little loosey-loos, so I could just add those to the sheet. But you definitely don't want to waste this space. And then whatever you have left over that's not cut, don't throw that away either, because you can go ahead and cut that out and use things for like magnetic bookmarks and such. That way you don't have any waste of the magnet sheets. But you do want to look right here at your material size. You want to make sure that is the correct size. If you are using a different size, you can go ahead and select that. And then we're going to hit continue. And now we're going to send to the printer. Go ahead and hit next. Now, one thing I always like to do is I always like to use my system dialog. I'm going to turn that on. I'll click there and then hit print. Now, it's not going to print as soon as I hit print till I go to the system dialog. But first, hit print. And then you're going to want to go to that dialog box, which is usually behind your design space. So I just go over here, pull up on it. And then this here is my system dialog. And then I can go ahead and change the quality and the media if you need. Now my media is set to auto, so I'm just going to change my quality from normal to best. And then go ahead and hit print. And now your image will actually print. And you do want to make sure that you have no other paper or magnetic sheets in your paper tray when you go to print this. And I will show you why actually in a second. Okay, so here is that printed magnet sheet. You can see it is very thin and flexible, which is great, no jamming. However, I did not mean to print this as my magnet sheet. I was just using this for another project, but it did pull, my magnetic sheet was my second sheet in my drawer, but it did go ahead and pull that. So now I've used this whole piece for magnets, which I didn't mean to. So to avoid that, just make sure it's the only thing in your paper tray. Now we can go ahead and choose our material. So let's search magnetic. Don't have to type it all in. And as you can see, we get 3 results. Now this one here, anyone with a Cricut C, that is going to be specific for that Cricut material. So this is the setting for Cricut's printable magnetic sheets. So we can click here and then hit done. Now we are ready to cut with our machine. Now this, I'm using my Venture, so this may look different than it does to some. But whatever machine you're looking for, you're going to load it on the mat. And for this, I use my standard grip mat. And then after you load, it will be blinking, and then you're able to hit go on your machine. And first, when you go to cut it, you'll see the little light going around the little black squares. That is just reading the print and cut. And then after that, it's gonna go ahead and cut all your images, which I added some cute little mushrooms on this because my daughter loves those. And look how cute it turned out. Oh, I just love this. The little mushrooms, the little loosey-loos, all so cute. And then I had to have a play on the whole smarter than your honor student thing. So I had to go with my Bernedoodles smarter than your honor student, which you could put on the car. Now these magnetic sheets themselves are not waterproof. However, Cricut just came out with lamination film that you can go ahead and cut and cover it to make your design waterproof too. I think you can add these to the cards. That Shine Bright with the crystals, I actually cut that because I was going to make somebody a crystal birthday card. And I thought, how cool to make part of the card something that they can actually keep. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the comments, the likes, the love. And in the video description below is a link to the Cricut shop. That way you can go ahead and grab any of the new materials you want. And there's a bunch of new stuff. They have new iron-on, new vinyl, new markers, magnet sheets, tattoo sheets. There's some really cool stuff. So make sure you guys check it all out, and we will see you guys next time. Happy crafting, everyone. Toodles.